The San Antonio Bridge, or Tolai Otso, was originally constructed in the 1800s by the Spanish. It used to span the original Hagåtña River before it was diverted. Today, the bridge sits in what is more commonly known as Serena Park. This park is one of 17 sites that are being renovated as part of the Hagåtña Legacy Walking Trail. The trail is a $1.4 million project spearheaded by the Hagåtña Foundation and the Department of Parks and Recreation in order to promote cultural tourism. The problem is, parts of the bridge have been covered in these white rocks. Although they'll likely change to a more grayish color over time, the style of stonework doesn't appear to match the rest of the bridge. In fact, the white stones are unevenly placed. Now, I'm no expert on bridges or bridge restoration, but it doesn't take an expert to see that one side is completely different from the other side. The Department of Historic Preservation was responsible for signing off on the project during the 30, 60, and 90% completion phases. We went there and spoke to Linda Uggan to find out what happened. According to the designs, new stones were to be placed, but in an even fashion. They were also supposed to match the existing bridge. Uggan says when driving by one day, they noticed that something was wrong.
We noticed one area that started to be very pronounced in its makeup. So we immediately checked that, and we checked the plans here, and the problem was that the coral didn't match the existing stonework. That's the problem.
After noticing the irregularities of the stonework, Uggan says the Historic Preservation Office stopped construction on the project.
We would strongly urge them to discontinue what they were doing.
As for how the mistake was made, Uggan can't say, as she was transferred out of Historic Preservation and has only recently returned. The construction began while she was working for another agency. When she was brought back to Historic Preservation, the work had already begun and wasn't stopped until she noticed it during a random spot check of the site.
It has lost some of its integrity because it did not match as according to plan, match the existing stonework, the riprap. You're right, it was misaligned. I mean, it's not even properly aligned to, I mean, if you want to do that, then the entire bridge would be have new stones. Yeah. And I don't know, it just does not look appropriate, in my opinion.
Clint Rogel, PNC News.